welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've posted, but I have been inspired by two ladies, Yolande DIY by Monica. So on her video she did a rug out of denims, but because my space is small, so really I won't be doing any rug, but because she upcycled jeans to something that looks nice, so I thought I should attempt that. And then Yolande, on her video, she did coastals out of concrete. So I saw some pictures on Pinterest and I was like, okay, I'm inspired to do like both of their projects but in a different way. So in this video I'm gonna be doing like pieces of DIYs. It's not gonna be just one DIY, so it's just like a couple of DIYs, but I'm planning to use every piece of material that I have for denims. So I have like a bunch of old denims, so I just want to see what I can create with this. But I saw some very interesting pieces on Pinterest, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing some of those. And please remember to subscribe, like and share. Love you. So what you need to do for this project is just to cut the inner stitch of the jeans. As you can see, they were already very old, so you just need the straight lines in between the legs to make your coasters, and cut as close as possible because you want to see both of the lines that were sewed onto the jean. These are the strips that we're going to need to make our coaster. It's quite simple and self-explanatory. It was at this moment when I realized that I might need stronger scissors, because these ones, they were quite difficult to get through the material. But at this point I had no options but to work with what I have. So I continued using my only scissors that I have at home. All you have to do is to cut the loose ends, if there are any, while you are cutting your jean, to make it nice and tidy so that it doesn't look like a mess when you're done. So you just cut off your loose ends, as you can see what I'm doing on the video. So because I don't have a ruler, here I am. I took something that seemed to be a size of a coaster, a small frame that I have, and then you just start cutting your strips to the required size that you want to achieve for your coasters. So once you have all of your strips cut to size, then we'll move to the next step. You need not to worry even if your strips are not aligned, because once we're done creating this, you can just go ahead with scissors and cut it straight. So at this point it's just to have the strips cut so that it will be easier for you to glue it all together once it's done. So off camera, I decided to cut these two pieces. This will be the base of your coasters. And the other thing is you have to take the buttons from your denim if it has buttons. If it doesn't have buttons, you can use whatever buttons you have at home, or you can even use a zipper if it works for you. So for me, this was just to make it look more nice and interesting. So the next step would be for you to just hot glue your strips onto the piece of fabric that you decided to cut earlier. For me, I made sure that the stitches or the stitch that's on the jean, they look in the same direction, or they're placed on the same direction, so that it just looks nice. And then I took my button, and then all was left for me is to just stick it right on top of it, because I wanted to show that it's a denim. So yeah. So you can just go ahead and cut off the edges, the loose ends that you see they on your coaster, just to make it look straight and neat. So as I said earlier, if your strips are not as straight, you shouldn't worry much, because when you're done, you can just go right back and cut it straight. So this is how the final product turned out. I'm loving it. I only made two because it's only the two of us, and we hardly have visitors anyways, so it's better. For the second project, you just need a tin. If you don't have a tin, you can use a box, whatever works for you. But I have tins that I'm planning to do a couple of projects with. So this one, you just have to measure it out. You take a leg of a denim. So for this one, I decided to go for the blue one, but I'm also gonna add the black because I don't really like the blue denim. So obviously, because I'm obsessed with black, I'm gonna add a bit of black. So after it's measured out, you just go ahead and cut it. This one is also self-explanatory. So basically, after cutting it, you just have to open the gap in between, because what we want to do in this project, we want to wrap it around the can, because I want to make it a planter for my plant.
this is fine. So you can use a hot glue gun just to stick both of your fabrics together. But if you have a sewing machine, I would suggest using a sewing machine. People tend to use a hot glue gun to stick together their fabrics, but somehow I feel like some projects they really do need like a sewing machine. But since I don't have one, I decided to go ahead and use a hot glue gun like everybody else. So yeah, you just attach your black material to the blue material of the denim. So you need to take your material and you just wrap it around your tin, but I would suggest that you hot glue gun the other section before you start wrapping, because it starts slipping. So yeah, this is the problem that I had. I realized after, but I would suggest that you hot glue gun the other section and then you use the hot glue gun for the other part. And it is also wise that you just stick the material onto the tin so that it's easier for you to handle and not run around. One thing I also forgot to mention is that I decided to cut off the waist of the jean to cover the top part because it looked flimsy. And I must say, after this part, that's when I felt like, okay, now it was a complete project, so it looks nice. So this is why now you're seeing this part, me wrapping around the top of my tin. So let's see how it turned out, and let me know of your final thoughts about this project.
I hope you enjoyed that video, and please leave a comment and tell me what you think about these small projects that I've done, because like, wow, who doesn't wear denim? So when you have denims that you want to throw away, I don't mind if you can just give them to me and then I'll play around with them. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.